Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudirayet
Tato Jayamudire
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke
Bhagavate Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhavati Naistati
Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 2 Chapter 3 Verse 8. Dharmartha Uttama Slokam
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Tantu Tanman Pitrun Yachet
Tantu Tanvan Pitsunjate
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Rakshakama Punyajana
Ojas Kamo Marudganan
Ojas Kamo
Ojas kaman marudganan.
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Dharmartha uttama slokam.
Tantu Tanman Pitrun Yachet
Tantu Tanvan Pitsunjate
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Ojas Kamo Marudganan
Ojas Kamo Marudganan
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Tantu Tanman Pitrun Yachet
Tantu Tanvan Pitsunjate
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Ojas Kamo Marudganan.
Ojas Kamo Marudganan
Recite, please.
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Tantu Tanvan Pitsunjate
Tantu
Tantu Tanvan Pitsunjate
Yachet
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Rakshakama
Rakshakama
Punyajanan
Punyajanan Ojas Kamo Marudganan
Ojas
Ojas
Kamo
Kamo Marudganan Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Dharmartha Uttama Shlokam
Tantu Tanvan Pitsunjate
Tantu Tanman Pitrun Yachet
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Rakshakama Punyajanan
Ojas Kamo Marudganan
Ojas Kamo Marudganan. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Savai Charanara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Synonyms: Dharma Artha for spiritual advancement.
Dharma Artha
For spiritual advancement. It's okay.
Uttama Shlokam, the Supreme Lord or person attached to the Supreme Lord.
Uttama slokam.
the Supreme Lord of
Persons attached to the Supreme.
Tantu for offering,
Offspring. Tantu for offspring.
for offspring. Tanvan and for their protection.
Tanvan and their protection.
Pitrun, the residents of Pitraloka.
Pitran, The residents of Purloka.
Yajet, must worship.
Yajet.
Must worship.
Raksha Kama, one who desires protection.
Raksha Kama, one who desires protection.
Punya Janan, pious persons.
Punya Janan, pious persons.
Pious person.
Oja Kama, one who desires strength should worship.
Oja Kama,
One who desires strength who should worship.
Marut Ganan, the demigods.
Marut Kanan, the demigods.
Translation, please repeat after me. One should worship Lord Vishnu or his devotee for spiritual advancement in knowledge.
One should worship Lord Vishnu or his devotee for spiritual advancement in knowledge.
And for protection of heredity and advancement of a dynasty, one should worship the various demigods.
And for
protection of heredity and advancement of a dynasty, one should worship the various demigods.
Purport.
Purport. The path of religion entails making progress on the path of spiritual advancement, ultimately reviving the eternal relation with Lord Vishnu in his impersonal effulgence, his localized Paramatma feature, and ultimately his personal feature by spiritual advancement in knowledge. And one who wants to establish a good dynasty and be happy in the progress of temporary bodily relations should take a shelter of the Pitas and the demigods in other pious planets. Such different classes of worshippers of different demigods may ultimately reach the respective planets of those demigods within the universe. But he who reaches the spiritual planets in the Brahma Jyoti achieves the highest perfection.
So, we have seen that different demigod worships is how ignorant it is, since each demigod can give only a little benediction of only one desire. And desires are unlimited. And you cannot keep worshipping unlimited demigods to fulfill the unlimited desire. That is why we should worship the Supreme Lord Krishna or Vishnu Akama Sarva Kamova. So that is wanted. Now, the Lord is available in three features. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. So one who is not understanding Krishna's transcendental nature and his form can at least worship the Virat Rupa of this entire universe as a form of the Lord. So this was recommended by Sukadeva Goswami, not to Parikshit Maharaj, only for those who are in very ignorance. At least they can try to think some form for the Lord. Otherwise, they are, impersonal Brahman is worse than the Virat Rupa. So this Virat Rupa is actually suggested for those who are impersonals. But at least, the Paramatma feature is much better, superior to impersonal Brahman. But ultimately, it is the personal feature by spiritual advancement that one can come to the platform of Bhakti Yoga or, Buddhi Yoga. Performing pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service to Krishna is the ultimate requirement. That is the goal of life. Not that temporary bodily relation should be maintained. It cannot be maintained because this is meant for temporary and it is meant to be the Dukkhalayam. As long as we have taken some designation which is not the original identity of the soul in relationship with Krishna, the sufferings, the birth, death, old age, disease is the only thing that we will be getting, irrespective of in which body we are, in which planetary system we are, and how long we are going to, stay here. This is the only our asset is the sufferings and birth, death, old age, and disease, and nothing else. Brahma Bhuvana Loka. In 14 planetary system, we are wandering in 8,400,000 species of life only for want of this freedom, but that we are not getting. What we got is the result is only Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam, because it is Dukkalayam Ashashwatam. So the only way, no, without any alternative, is to Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajate Purushaparam. So we'll go to the next verse, 2.3.9. Rajyakamo Manun Devan
Rajyakamo manum devam
Nirrutim Twabicharanyachet
niruttim tvav abhicharan yajet
Kama Kamo Yajet Somam
kamo kamo yajet somam
Akama Purusham Param
akama purusham param
Rajyakamo Manun Devan
Rajyakamo manum devam
Nirrutim Twabicharanyachet
niruttim tvav abhicharan yajet
Kama Kamo Yajet Somam
kamo kamo yajet somam
Akama Purusham Param
akama purusham param
Rajyakamo Manun Devan
Rajyakamo manum devan
Nirrutim Twabicharanyachet
niruttim tav abhicharan yajet
Kama Kamo Yajet Somam
kamo kamo yajet somam
Akama Purusham Param
akama purusham param Rajyakamo manum devan
Rajyakamo Manun Devan
niruttim tav abhicharan yajet
Nirrutim Twabicharanyachet
kamo kamo yajet somam
Kama Kamo Yajet Somam
akama purusham param
Akama Purusham Param. Anybody else? Synonyms. Rajya Kama, anyone desiring an empire or kingdom.
Rajyakama, anyone desiring an empire or kingdom.
Manun, the Manus, semi-incarnations of God.
Manun, the Manu semi-incarnations of God.
Devan, demigods.
Devan, demigods.
Deva, demigods.
Nirutim, demons.
Niruttim,
Nritim,
demons.
demons.
Two, but.
Two, but.
But
Abhicharan, desiring victory over the enemy.
Abhicharan,
Abhicharan,
desiring victory over the
over the
enemy.
enemy.
Yajet, should worship.
Yajit,
Yajid,
should
should
worship.
worship.
Kama, Kama, one who desires sense gratification.
Kama,
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 Kama, one
one
who
who
desires
desires
sense
sense
gratification.
gratification.
Yajed, should worship.
Yajit, should
Yajid,
worship.
should worship.
Somam, the demigod named Chandra.
Somam, the
Somam,
demigod
the
named
demigod named
Chandra.
Chandra.
Akama, one who has no material desire to be fulfilled.
Akama, one who has no material desires to be fulfilled.
Purusham, the supreme personality of Godhead.
Purusham, the supreme personality of Godhead.
Param, the supreme.
Param, the supreme.
Translation, please repeat after me. One who desires domination over a kingdom or an empire should worship the Manus.
One who desires
domination over a
kingdom
kingdom
or
or
an
an
empire
empire
should
should worship
worship
the
the
Manus.
Manu.
One who desires victory over an enemy should worship the demons.
One who
One
desires
who
victory
desires
over an
victory over
enemy
an
should
enemy should
worship the
worship the
demons.
demons.
And one who desires sense gratification should worship the moon.
And one who
And one
desires
who
sense
desires sense
gratification should
gratification
worship
should
the
worship the
moon.
moon.
But one who desires nothing of material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Personality of God.
But one
But
who
one
desires
who desires nothing of material
should
enjoyment should
worship
worship the supreme personality of Godhead.
Perfect. For a liberated person, all the enjoyments listed above are considered to be absolutely useless. Only those who are conditioned by the material modes of external energy are captivated by different types of material enjoyment. In other words, the transcendentalist has no material desires to be fulfilled, whereas the materialist has all types of desires to be fulfilled. The Lord has proclaimed that the
Lights
materialist
will win, please.
who desires the material enjoyment and thus seek the favor of different demigods, as above mentioned, are not in the control of their sins and so give themselves to nonsense. One should therefore not desire any sort of material enjoyment, being sensible enough to worship the supreme personality of Godhead. The leaders of non-sensual person are still more nonsensical because they preach openly and foolishly that one can worship any form of demigod and get the same result. This sort of preaching is not only against the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita or those of the Srimad Bhagavatam, but it is also foolish, just as it is foolish to claim that with the purchase of any travel tickets, one may reach the same destination. No one can reach Bombay from Delhi by purchasing a ticket for Baroda. It is clearly defined herein that persons impregnated with different desires have different modes of worship, but one who has no desire for material enjoyment should scroll up, should worship the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. And this worshipping process is called devotional service. Pure devotional service means service to the Lord without any tinge of material desires, including desires for fruitive activity and empiric speculations. For fulfillment of material desires, one may worship the Supreme Lord, but the result of such worship is different, as will be explained in the next verse. Generally, the Lord does not fulfill anyone's material desires for sense enjoyment, but he awards such benedictions to worship of the Lord for they ultimately come to the point of not desiring material enjoyment. The conclusion is that one must minimize their desires for material enjoyment, and for this, one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is described here as Param, or beyond anything material. Sripataka Sankaracharya has also started Narayana Para, Vyaktat, the Supreme Lord is beyond the material encirclement. Hare Krishna.
हरि ओम तत्सतमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाख्य चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामिनिति नामिने नमोऽचार्य पदाय निठाय कृपप्रदायिने गौरगतादामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादे सतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरिहराय नाम कृष्ण यादवाय नाम हरि गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमधुसूदानाम मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुलं गायत्रीगिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यम् ईश्वरम् हरि ओम तत्सत्. So it's a very beautiful purport. And Prabhupada's very simply, he is, making this so-called foolish leaders and the Mayavadis understand that it is foolish to think that you purchase of any travel ticket, one may reach the same destination. Very, very simple example, you see. So, this is significant. Those who are Krishna conscious, they have no material desires. Their material desires is finished. Brahmani upasamashrayam. Upashama means completely finished. Don't want. They can worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, without being, akama means no material desire. Anya vilasita sunyam. Yesterday also we discussed. Completely. If we have got at least, if we have got least desire for material enjoyment, Krishna will give us the chance again to accept a body which will satisfy the senses. So, Deha Yogena Dehinam. For our sense gratification, a particular type of body is offered by the order of Krishna through the agency of material nature. Just like father gives the seed and the mother gives the baby body. Similarly, Krishna, the Supreme Father, he is the giver of the seed living entity, and according to the living entity's desires, the material nature gives the body. Therefore, material nature is mother and Krishna is the Supreme Father. Tasmin garbham dadamyaham, garbham dadamyaham. I give the seed. Garbha means pregnancy. So Krishna is telling to the material nature that, he gives the seed to the material nature. So we are part and parcel of Krishna. According to my desire, he puts me into a circumstances, material circumstances, of course. I get a particular type of body. This is the secret of different types of body and transmigration of the body. The foolish scientists, they don't know this science. They are trying to create living entity in the laboratory. It is impossible. Just like if a woman wants to create a child independently, it is impossible. There must be contact with a man who must give the seed. Then a woman can produce a child. Similarly, these rascals who are trying to produce life by material combination through the material agency, they're all rascals or fools. They don't know even the ordinary law. By combination of matter, you cannot produce any living entity. That is not possible. Living entity, being part and parcel of Krishna, Krishna must give the seed. Tasmin garbham dadamyaham. So, yatha bijam, yatha yoni. This is natural. So, to get this body means I have got material desire. So, I got this body. This is a philosophy. Anyone who has got this material body, beginning from Brahma, he is considered the first creature within this universe. Brahma. Brahma is the first creature within the universe, most intelligent person, most learned person, but still because he has got this material body, he is not akama, without any material desire. He has got material desire. So he wanted to become the supreme head of one universe, just like we are trying to become supreme head of a family, or then a society, then of a nation, of a community. Then I desire to be head also, go on and go on and go on, increasing, expanding the selfishness to lord it over. So long there will be desire to lord it over, then we have to accept a body. It doesn't matter what kind of body. It may be Brahma's body, it may be cat's body, it may be man's body, it may be bird's body, it may be beast's body. That will depend on my desire. But if I have got any desire, material desire, to fulfill, I must be prepared to accept a next body and another one and another one. So, if one wants to finish this business, accepting a material body means to become subjugated to the laws of material nature. You get a material body, and if you want that I shall not die, it's impossible. It is impossible. It's not good. Then you must die if you accept a material body. That is the law of material nature. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. You get a material body again, and you give it up. Again, you will get another, and you get it up, and you give it up. This is going on. This is going on. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Ei Rupe Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Kripai Pai Bhakti Lata Bij." In this way, all the living entities, beginning from Brahma down to the microscopic germ, every one is rotating in different species of life, in different planets, in different position, innumerable. As the living entities are innumerable, so varieties of bodies are also innumerable. Not innumerable varieties, you can say they are counted to 8,400,000 or 84 lakh species of life. But this is Vedic knowledge. Exactly gives a number. Exactly 84 lakhs. It doesn't say 9 lakh or 5 lakh. No. Exactly 84 lakhs. Jalaja Navalakshani. In the aquatic, there are 9 lakh species of life. If you have got your science, go and see. This is Vedic knowledge, perfect knowledge, without any doubt. Sthavara Laksha Vimshati. The plants and trees, they are 20 lakhs. Laksha Vimshati, yeah. 20 lakhs species of life. So, Erupe Brahmanda Brahmite, we are transmigrating from one species of life, another. They can explain why there are so many varieties of life. The varieties of life is there because we have got desire. Kama, I want this. All right, take this body. Krishna is immediately prepared. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tham tathaiva bhajamyaham. If you want, you can take it. But Krishna says ultimately that you will never be happy in this way. Therefore, you give up this business. Simply surrender unto me. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. So that is called akama. So here it is said that akama yajet purusham param. If you want to be akama, devoid of all material desire, then surrender to Krishna. That will save you from this business of rotating from one sort of body to another sort of body. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to come to Krishna consciousness is not very easy thing. Kon Bhagyavan Jeev. It is by the grace of Guru Krishna and the grace of Krishna combined together. One who sincerely wants to stop the business of repeated birth and death. But they do not understand that this is suffering. They say, let it happen. When they forget what is the suffering of birth. Many times I've explained. Nowadays, it is so much suffering that a child is born within the womb and there is abortion. Kill him. But they don't understand the suffering. That one chance given that it will be a body and come out and may be able to come to Krishna consciousness. The opportunity is given to the soul. That chance is being killed within the womb. But these rascals, they don't know what is the suffering. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. Krishna is saying sufferings of birth. They don't understand, such fool, that what is suffering of birth. Even if you are not killed, you have to remain compact in a vat, airtight. And the worms, they are biting so many things, suffocating. That is one. But if he can live at least for 10 months, the mother does not kill abortion, then it has got a chance to come out. Otherwise, there is no chance to come out even. He dies within the womb, again transferred to another womb, and again it is killed. So those who are too much sinful, those who are causing this abortion, they will get this sort of life. They will never see light. One womb killed, another womb killed, another womb killed, another womb killed. This is so sinful, this abortion. And the modern civilization and the priestly order, they are passing, if the mother selects, otherwise there is no objection, abortion. Such foolish world that's going on, you see. So there are so many subtle laws of nature. They don't know anything. And they are claiming to be educated scientist and Vedantist and philosopher and all kind of nonsense. Therefore it is said, Akama Purusham Param. Give up your kama, lusty desires, or any material desire for that reason, and surrender to Krishna. Then that is life successful. Otherwise, bhutva praliyate, take one birth. These are all desires. So big list. If you want this, then you can worship this. Why it is recommended that you worship this demigod? Because if one goes for fulfilling the desire to a demigod, there is connection of Vishnu at least. Because any yajna you perform, demigod, there must be Vishnu first. The mantra says that with the sanction of Vishnu's order, you get this facility. That is the mantra saying. So by worshipping the demigod, if he is sensible man, one day he will come to know that above the demigod there is Vishnu. So why I am worshipping these demigods? Why not Vishnu? Suppose I got some facility from somebody, and if I see that this man is taking sanction from another superior man, so my intelligence should be, why not go direct to the superior man? Why I am flattering this man? That is sense. So therefore, demigod worship is recommended in Vedas, that one day he may come to his intelligence that why demigod? Why not God personally, directly? Therefore, it is not that it is encouragement. It is actually encouragement for those foolish. Just like, amongst the Hindus, the flesh eaters, they are recommended that if you want to eat meat, then you sacrifice one goat before the goddess of Kali. And goddess Kali, she is worshipped once a month. So on the dark moon day, at night, and there are mantras. The mantra will say that within the ear of the animal, it is said that you are sacrificing your life before the deity. So next life, immediately you get a human form of life. And when you get a human form of life, you will have the right to kill this man also, who is killing you now. This is mantra, If you are a sane man, understand that I am killing this goat at the risk of my life, next birth. So why I am going to take such responsibility? Better stop this nonsense. So it is for discouraging actually, not encouraging. So if I say directly, don't eat meat, he will protest. Why shall I not? It is our food. I must eat. Therefore, instead of directly prohibiting, the Shastra says, yes, you can eat, but by sacrificing it before goddess Kali. That means condition and restriction. So similarly, marriage also. What is the meaning of marriage? Everyone can have sex without marriage. So what it means marriage? Marriage means restriction. That's all. That you have sex, but a particular selected woman, a man. That's all. No more. That is marriage. So all these Vedic rules are there. Shastra says, Loke vyavayas vyavayamisha madhya seva nitya hi jantor nahi tatra chodana. Why this demigod worship, marriage, these are all prescribed. They are prescribed to stop this actually, not to encourage it. But the foolish person, they say, well, it's in the Shastra. Why shall I not do? Therefore, Lord Buddha, he came and he wanted to stop this animal killing. Because this rascal will show the evidence that here is sanctioned by the Vedas to kill an animal before goddess Kali. So why you stop? Therefore, he said, I don't care for your Vedas. Because his only idea was to stop the animal killing, the ahimsa. That's all. So we should know whenever there is sanction in the Shastra for meat eating, for sex intercourse, or for drinking, it is not for encouraging. It is for prohibiting, restricting, discouraging. So the next question should be, why it is restricted? Restricted means so long you will be addicted to this habit, you will have to accept a body. So one who cannot stop it immediately, he is restricted. All right, you want to do it? All right, go to this demigod. So that is a list. If you want this, all right, go to this demigod. Means somehow or the other, this lusty person is being brought before a demigod to understand that this is not good. This is implicating. Therefore, it is said akama. If you become completely free from all material desire, or if you want that position, then come to Krishna. No other demigod. You cannot go to a demigod to remove your desire at all, because he is only adding fuel to the fire. How can he extinguish the fire? Impossible, right? Extinguishing factor is with Krishna, that he has not given to any demigod. For that, you have to approach only Krishna. So if you want actually freedom from this fire of existence, material bondage, then Krishna. And Krishna is also assuring you, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami. These are all papa, sinful activities. Either you take the body of a Brahma or an ant or cat or a dog, all are sinful. Only the person who has taken to Krishna consciousness seriously, he is pious. Akama. So the next verse is exactly the verse Akama Sarva Kamova. So let's see that. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, verse 10. Akama Sarva Kamova.
Akama sarva kamo va.
Moksha Kama Udaradi.
Moksha kama udaradi.
Tivrena Bhakti Yogena.
Tivrena bhakti yogena.
Yachetha Purusham Param.
Yajeta purusham param.
Akama Sarva Kamova.
Akama sarva kamo va.
Moksha Kama Udaradi.
Moksha kama udaradi.
Tivrena Bhakti Yogena.
तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन
यजेत पुरुषं परम्
यजेत पुरुषं परम्
अकाम सर्वकामो वा
अकाम सर्वकामो वा
मोक्षकाम उदारदी
मोक्षकाम उदारति
तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन
तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन
यजेत पुरुषं परम्
यजेत पुरुषं परम् अकाम सर्वकामो वा
अकाम सर्वकामो वा
मोक्षकाम उदारति
मोक्षकाम उदारदी
तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन
तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन
यजेत पुरुषं परम्
यजेत पुरुषं परम् Anybody else?
Kama sarva kamo va
अकाम सर्वकामो वा
moksha kama udaradhi
मोक्षकाम
मोक्षकाम
उदारदी
उदारति
diverena bhakti yogena
तीव्रेण
तीव्रेण
भक्तियोगेन
भक्तियोगेन
jajate purusham param.
यजेत
यजते
पुरुषं
पुरुषं
परम्
परम्
Synonyms. Akama, one who has transcended all material desires.
Akama, one
Akama,
who has
one who has
transcended all
transcended
material
all
desires.
material desires.
Sarvakama, one who has the sum total of material desires.
Sarvakama, one who
Sarvakama,
has
one
the
who
sum
has the
total
sum
of material
total of material
desires.
desires.
Va, either.
Va either.
Either
Mokshakama, one who desires liberation.
Mokshakama, one who
Mokshakama,
desires
one who
liberation.
Udharathi, with broader intelligence.
Udarati, with
Udaradi, with
broader
broader
intelligence.
intelligence.
Tivrena, with great folds.
Tivrena, with
Tivrena,
great
with great
force.
force.
Bhakti Yogena, by devotional service to the Lord.
Bhakti
Bhakti
Yogena, by
Yogena, by
devotional
devotional
service to the
service to the
Lord.
Lord.
Yajeta, should worship.
Yajeta,
should
should worship.
Purusham, the Lord.
Purusham, the Lord.
Param, the supreme whole.
The supreme
Param,
whole.
the
Param, the
supreme
supreme
whole.
whole.
Translation. Please repeat after me. A person who has broader intelligence,
A person who has
A person
broader
who has broader
intelligence,
intelligence,
whether he be full of all material desire,
whether he
whether he
be
be
full
full of
of
all
all material
material
desire,
desires,
without any material desire,
without any
without
material
any
desire,
material desire,
or desiring liberation,
or
or desiring
desiring
liberation,
must by all means worship the supreme whole, the personality of Godhead.
must by all means worship the
must by
supreme
all
whole,
means
the
worship
personality
the
of Godhead.
Purport.
Purpose.
of
The supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna is described in the Bhagavad Gita as Purushottama, or the supreme personality. It is he only who can award liberation to the impersonalists by absorbing such aspirants in the Brahmajyoti, the bodily rays of the Lord. The Brahmajyoti is not separate from the Lord, as the glowing sun ray is not independent of the sun disk. Therefore, one who desires to merge into the supreme impersonal Brahmajyoti must also worship the Lord by Bhakti Yoga. As recommended here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhakti Yoga is especially stressed here as the means of all perfection. In the previous chapters, it has been started that the Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal of both Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. And in the same way, in this chapter, it is emphatically declared that Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal of the different varieties of worship of the different demigods. Bhakti Yoga, thus being the supreme means of self-realization, is recommended here. Everyone must therefore seriously take up the methods of the Bhakti Yoga, even though one aspires for material enjoyment or liberation from material bondage. Akarma is one
Akarmane
who has no
akama.
akama is one who has no material desire. A living being naturally being the part and parcel of the Supreme Whole, Purusham Param, as his natural functions to serve the Supreme Being, just as the parts and parcels of the body or the limbs of the body are naturally meant to serve the complete body. Desireless means therefore not to be innocent like the stone, but to be conscious of one's actual position and thus desire satisfaction only from the Supreme Lord. Sri the Jiva Goswami has explained the desirelessness as bhajan, bhajaniya parama purusha sukhamatra plus sukatvam. In his Sandarbha, this means that one should feel happy only by experiencing the happiness of the Supreme Lord. This institution of the living being is sometimes manifested even during the conditioned stage of a living being in the material world, and such institution is expressed in the manner of altruism, philanthropy, socialism, communism, etc., by the undeveloped minds of less intelligent persons. In the mundane field, such an outlook of doing good to others in the form of society, community, family, country, or humanity is a partial manifestation of the same original feeling in which a pure living entity feels happiness by the happiness of the Supreme Lord. Such superb feelings were executed by the damsels of Vrajabhumi for the happiness of the Lord. The gopis loved the Lord without any return, and this is the perfect exhibition of the Kama spirit. Kama spirit, or the desires for one's own satisfaction, is fully exhibited in the material world, whereas the spirit of Akama is fully exhibited in the spiritual world. Thoughts of becoming one with the Lord or being merged in the Brahmajyoti can also be exhibitions of Kama spirit if they are desires for one's own satisfaction, to be free from the material miseries. A pure devotee does not want liberation so that he may be relieved from the miseries of life. Even without so-called liberation, a pure devotee is aspirant for the satisfaction of the Lord. Influenced by the Kama spirit, Arjuna declined to fight in the Kurukshetra battlefield because he wanted to save his relatives for his own satisfaction. But being a pure devotee, he agreed to fight on the instructions of the Lord because he came to his sense and realized the satisfaction of the Lord at the cost of his own satisfaction was his prime duty. Thus he became a Kama, that is the perfect scroll up. That is the perfect stage of a perfect living being. Udaradi means one who has a broader outlook. People with the desires of for material enjoyment or worship small demigods, and such intelligence is condemned in the Bhagavad Gita 7.20 as Sritajina, Sritajinana, the intelligence of one who has lost his sense. One cannot obtain any results from demigods without getting sanction from the Supreme Lord. Therefore, a person with a broader outlook can see that the ultimate authority is the Lord, even for material benefits. Under the circumstances, one with a broader outlook, even with the desires for material enjoyment or for liberation, should take to the worship of the Lord directly. And everyone, whether an Akarma or Sakama or Mokshakama, should worship the Lord with the great expeditions. This implies that the Bhakti Yoga may be perfectly administered without any mixture of karma and jnana, as the unmixed sun ray is very forceful and is therefore called tivara. Similarly, unmixed Bhakti Yoga of hearing, chanting, etc. may be performed by one and all regardless of inner motive. Hare Krishna.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Haribol? No voice. I think you are on mute. No voice. Unmute your.
Hare Krishna, sir. Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Haribol. Yeah, I'm very, very sorry. It went to mute. So how much you heard?
Sir, we didn't hear you.
Gaura Hari. This is a very important words, and this is our conclusion. We know that there are three classes of men: human being, actually human being, those who know what is the purpose of life. The purpose of life, the first basic principle of our life is that we have come here in this material world for becoming master, lording it over the material nature. Although we cannot do it, that is our desire. So this is called Sarva Kama. This is called Sarva Kama. Okay. There is no limit of desires. Anyone you find out ordinarily in this world, you ask him, what is your ultimate desire? There is no limit. No limit. Therefore, he is called Sarvakama. Pralayantham upasritam. Till the time of death, there is desire, desire, desire. A dying man, he is also desiring. I have seen practically. And, one gentleman in Allahabad, he was contemporary of our age. He was dying at the age of, say, 54 years. And he was crying. He was requesting the doctor. He was a very rich man. My dear doctor, can you not give me at least 4 years life so I could finish my program? The nonsense, you see. What is your program? So they are called Sarvakamis. There is no end. He doesn't know he's going to die, and he's thinking the doctor can prolong his life. Is it possible to prolong life? Not even for 1 second, even. When you are destined to die, you must die. Mrityu sarva harashaham. This is death is Krishna. You cannot defy him. That's impossible. Krishna, he says, Mrityu raham. Sarva harascha. Just like Prahlad Maharaja's father. He was so proud. He was confident. Now I have taken benediction from Brahma. I will live forever. So he was very much proud. Just like the karmis, they also think when there will be disease and there will be point of death, I shall take care very nicely. There are so many good physicians. I shall call them. They will give me life. So this is demonic. Demoniac. You cannot protect yourself by so-called science, physician, or power. It's not possible because death is Krishna. Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, so many demons. They thought that we shall live forever. So anyone who is thinking like that, he is a demon. He cannot stop death. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. If you don't give to Krishna, then Krishna will appear just like Narsimhadev and he will take away everything from you and kill you. That's all. Now, who can challenge? Who is there who can challenge Krishna? Tell me. Nobody. Nobody can challenge Krishna. That is Krishna. So, the Sarvakami, up to the end of life, all these politicians, we have history, Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, he was attacked, heart attack several times. And doctor says, within a week, you will have to go away. Still, he was going to the hillside to recoup his health. When he was on the point of death, he was brought to New Delhi and then died. So up to the point of death, he was thinking that I must remain a prime minister. There, otherwise, the whole thing will be lost. In my absence, if I am not on the seat, then everything will be lost. This is Maya. Gandhi was thinking like that. He agitated his political movement against the British rule. Britishers went away. Prabhupada personally requested Gandhi. Now you have got Swarajya and you are so respectable in the world. You take this propaganda to preach Bhagavad Gita. But no, he will still stick to this politics. Prabhupada personally wrote letter to Gandhi. And he was sticking to politics unless he was killed. He was killed, literally killed. You know. So this is the propensity, sarvakama. There is no end of their desire, no end. They are called sarvakama. So here it is recommended, akama, just the opposite. Akama means a nishkinchana. They finished all these nonsense material desires, Vaishnavas, just like you. It is supposed that you have finished all your material desires. You are engaging your senses just like others, but not without Krishna. You know, every sense is engaged in the service of Krishna, whether it is tasting palatable dish or sleeping on the cushion. Every sense is connected to Krishna as a service. This is called akama. Just the opposite of sarvakama. So, the sarvakama, there is no end of desire, material desires. That is where Vyasadeva recommends. All right. You may be sakama, without end of many desires, sakama, rakama, or mokshakama. Sakama, sarvakama, karmis. Those who are working very hard, just like animals. Animals are meant for working hard. But now, men are also educated men, especially working like animals. There is no end. So they are called karmis. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has designated these animals, these karmi animals who are working very hard, just like hogs and dogs. They have been described in the Bhagavad Gita as muda, rascal, foolish. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he has explained why they are muda. These karmis, they want some eating, sleeping, mating. But why so much hard work here? Now eating, sleeping, mating, just see the birds, they're free. Are not they doing it? So they don't work at night, at least. But human being, day and night. Night also, night duty. I shall get more money, extra, what is it called? Overtime. So is there a scarcity of a human being that you have to work overtime? So there is no end. How they can be happy? They are simply thinking of that. I shall work very hard and I shall get money and enjoy my senses. Then where is the question of happiness? The karmis cannot have happiness at all because their method is to work hard. So one who is working hard, how can he be happy? Similarly, the jnani is also moksha kama. After being disgusted that, oh, I worked so hard throughout my whole life, I could not get peace. Therefore, that must be false. Jagat mithya. Mithya means false. So this is Sankara philosophy. Sankaracharya. Jagat mithya. Mithya means false. Brahma satyam. Now let me search out where is Brahman and become one with him. That is also another labor, you see, speculating. That's another kind of labor, intelligent labor. They have to interpret all this Vedic literature to make God dead. Do you think it's so easy? Voidism, impersonalism, nullifying God. So they have to gather their argument. That's another labor, hard labor. So they are also working hard. Yogis, they want to show some magic. I can walk on the water. I can fly in the air without any airship, aeroplanes. I can go this planet, that planet. Yogis can do that, of course. They have got this magical power. I can create immediately gold. And if you can show these magical feats, immediately you get so much money, so much followers, name, fame, glories. You become the leader. You become, they worship you as God. But that kind of yogi also very rare to be found nowadays, in yogi means here nowadays the meaning of yogi is one who can show some gymnastic. That's all. So they are also working hard. They have got karma. The yogis, he want to be very popular by showing magic. Because general people, they cannot walk on the water. But if somebody can walk on the water, wow, millions of people immediately go to the Pacific Ocean to see. Oh, so therefore they want Siddhi. Actually, there are yogis in Siddhaloka. Without any flying machine, they can go from one planet to another planet. What to speak of one country to another country. Durvasha Muni, he went within 1 year. He came back. He went to Vaikunta planet also. He's a great yogi. He was. Now he's a bhakti yogi. He saw the personality, supreme personality of God face to face, but he was not excused. Just see. He went to beg pardon so that he may be saved from the Sudarshan Chakra. So he went to Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and all big demigods. Please save me. The Sudarshan Chakra is after me. It wants to kill me. Everyone said, we are unable to do anything. You can go to Lord Vishnu. So he went to Lord Vishnu also. He saw him. He talked with him. And Lord Vishnu also said that, I cannot do anything. You must go to Ambarish Maharaj and fall down on his feet and beg his pardon. Then you can be saved. At least he has given the solution. The Supreme Personality of God has the solution for every type of obstacles that you are in. So this is the position. And Ambarish Maharaj was a devotee, simple person, a Vaishnava. He didn't know anything that Durvasha is suffering because of the Sudarshan Chakra because he offended me. He doesn't even know. He was simply depending on Krishna. Just see who is powerful. Even the yogis are not so powerful as the devotees. Why? Because devotees fully surrendered to Krishna. Fully surrendered means if Krishna likes, he will save me. Otherwise, I don't try for myself. I have to simply serve Krishna. That's all. And Krishna takes charge of your saving. And when Krishna wants to kill, just like Prahlad Maharaj, an ordinary, not ordinary, but a simple boy, and how much torturing was going on upon him by his father. But he was saved by Krishna. Ultimately, when it was intolerable, then he appeared and killed the rascal. Guru Maharaj was telling one of the pastime of his disciple. He was not the disciple at the time. He was a very nice preacher, very nice devotee. For some reason or the other, he was, supposed to be, he was in the jail and he was to be, what is that called? Execution punishment, hanged till death. punishment he has got. And, he was not shocked, or he was not bothered about that. He was totally detached. He thought, okay, if Krishna wants to kill, that's all right. I will accept it. I am not going to refute this. And he was requesting Guru Maharaj that you just please initiate me, can you? So he was chanting 16 rounds, following for regularly. He is a very wonderful devotee, very nice preacher. He was sentenced to death. And he was not applying for pardon because he was so much detached and he was depending on Krishna. Said, if Krishna desires my death, who can kill me? Only Krishna. So if Krishna desires my death in this way, I'm accepting it. I don't have any objection. So in this way, he was fully detached. And when he was in the prison, he was preaching to everyone this Krishna consciousness movement and making them chant Hare Krishna and making them understand the philosophy. They're purifying them. Not only these prisoners, he was also preaching very nicely to the jail officers. Till death, he was doing that. I mean, not till death, till the punishment was to be executed. And then when he asked initiation from Guru Maharaj, so Guru Maharaj went, he met him and he told him that if you apply for pardon, I will initiate you. And he was not applying for pardon because he was totally detached and he was totally depending on Krishna. But when Guru Maharaj said that if you apply for pardon, you agree to apply for pardon, then I will initiate you. Then he agreed. Okay, I will apply for pardon. Please initiate me. Then Guru Maharaj has initiated. He applied for pardon and his pardon was sanctioned. This is Guru, and this is the dependency, akama. And when he applied for pardon, all the jail officers, they all recommended, and the Qaidis recommended, oh, he's such a wonderful person. My life has got transformed by him. So many recommendations came from both the officers as well as the Qaidis. So government said, okay, pardon him. So they had given him life imprisonment instead of, sentenced to death. Now he's very happily preaching in the jail to both the officers and the Qaidis, everybody. So this is the status, you see. So Guru's potency is not ordinary. So therefore, devotees are akama. They don't have any desire. Even in greater danger, they don't ask Krishna. That is pure devotion. Anya vilasita sunyam. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakaloy ashanta. Krishna bhakta nishkama atheva shanta. Shanta means peaceful. Who is peaceful? Only Krishna Bhakta. Devotee of Krishna, he is peaceful. Others, they cannot be peaceful. Why? There is demand. The karmi is wanting to lord it over material world. The jnani wanting to become one with God. The yogi wanting some wonderful power. So there is wanting. It may be of different category, but there is demand. But akama, he has no demand. Even in the most dangerous situation, he has no demand. That's all. He chants Hare Krishna. He doesn't want anything from Krishna in turn. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching is like that. Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. I don't want money. I don't want followers. I don't want nice wife. These things are wanted by the materialistic persons. A devotee simply wants, give me the chance of serving you. That's all. Hare Krishna. Hey, here, Hare means Radharani. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are both present here, Hare Krishna, as Gauranga. Kindly give me the chance to serve you. That's all. This is akama. They have no other business, simply to serve Krishna. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhakti ahaituki toy. Ahaituki bhakti, they want, my dear Lord. I don't want anything, but give me this facility that I may be engaged in your service, even life after life. So Bhagavatam recommends that even though you are a fool, number one, you are demanding from Krishna Sarvakama or Moksha Kama, still you worship Krishna. Don't go to other demigods. We have seen the list of demigods now in the past slokas. The prescription is given. If you want this, you worship this deity. If you want this, you worship this deity, and so on and so forth. So long list. But they are all kamas. In the Bhagavad Gita, these kami, these lusty persons have been condemned. Kamais taisther hritajnana. Hritajnana, lost of intelligence. That means he's a rascal, he's a fool, number one. In good language, it is hritajnana. One who has lost his intelligence. It's explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Nashta buddhaya. Nashta buddhaya, no intelligence. He lost his intelligence to Maya. Why no intelligence? That is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. Antavattu phalam tesham, the benediction that they got from the demigods. Just like it is recommended, we have read it, that if you want beautiful wife, you worship Uma. If you want very strong sexual power, worship Indra. So the prescription is there, but they are foolish. Why foolish? Suppose you get very beautiful wife and very strong sex power also. Then how long you will enjoy? Antavattu phalam tesham. It will end 5 years, 10 years. Even in living condition, if you have become old, 70 years, 80 years old, then what you will do with beautiful wife here? There will be no more sex power. Vriddhasya taruni bharya. Vriddhasya, those are useless. So when one has become old, to have a young wife is troublesome for him actually. So therefore, we should not desire anything material. They are all temporary. It will finish. It will finish. Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying, Krishna e bhaje se bhada chatura. Anyone who takes to Krishna consciousness, take shelter of Krishna, he is the perfect intelligent man. He is the perfect person. So here it is recommended that you fools, you rascal, akama, sarva kama, sarva, not akama, sorry, sarva kama, moksha kama. The sarva kama, moksha kama, you are all fools. Therefore, Vyasadeva is advising, all right, even though you are fool, you are full of desires, you are full of becoming one with Supreme, still you worship Yajeta Purusham Param. Worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still you have to do that. That is recommendation. Don't go to others. Now the question is, Bhakti means Anya Bilasita Sunya. One must be free from all kinds of desires. That is pure Bhakti. Now, it is recommended here that Sarva Kama Moksha Kama. Those who are desiring for all material opulences, those who are desiring for becoming liberated. So they are not Abnabhishal Anya Bilasita Sunyam, right? They have desires, right? So how they can be Bhakta? How they can be devotee? Because devotee is pure. Yes, no, he is Akama. Why it is recommended then? The recommendation is there also for demigods. That is freedom. The Shastra is giving you all freedom. If you like, you do this. But ultimately gives his instruction also, just like Krishna. He has spoken so many things, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Karma Yoga. But at the end, he says, Sarvadharman Parityachya Mamekam Sharanam. You give up all this nonsense, simply surrender unto me. That is the ultimate instruction. So, that means Shastra gives you freedom. At the same time, gives you a chance. Shastra, just like we are free and the state laws are there and we are free to violate it or abide by it. Similarly, all the Shastras, everything is there and the freedom is there also. I mean to say the ultimate freedom. But there is freedom, small freedom. We can make our choice. Here also the same thing. Vyasadeva is giving you list that if you want this, you worship this demigod. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrata. But if you are intelligent, Udaradhi, very intelligent. Then in spite of or despite all your desires, you become Krishna conscious. You go to Krishna, Purusham Param. Who is Purusham Param? Krishna. Arjuna accepted. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. All Paramam, Supreme Purusham. You are the Supreme Person. The same thing. Purusham, Param. The Brahma Samhita says, Ishvara Parama Krishna. This Param, Supreme, superlative degree, is Krishna in every respect, is superlative and supreme. Param, he is the supreme power. Purusha Uttama, Uttamam, nobody greater than Krishna. So here it is recommended, even if you have got desires, all kinds of desire, there are variety of desires. Even if you want Jnana Siddhi, Yoga Siddhi, Karma Siddhi, Dhyana Siddhi, simply go to Krishna, that's all. Yat karoshi, yat juhoshi. Krishna also says, yat karoshi, you want to do something. This is all activities, Either you are karming, jnani or yogi, there are activities. The meditation, so-called meditation, that is also another activity, mental activity. So why it is recommended like that? They are not devotees. They are sarvakamis. If they go to worship Krishna, just a facility, just like Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, he was sarvakama. He wanted material happiness. He was insulted by his stepmother. He determined, I shall have such kingdom which even my father also did not enjoy. My father's wife has insulted me. I shall show him there. This kind of determination was there. I shall show him. So it was Sarvakama. When Narada approached Dhruva Maharaj and informed him, my dear boy, you are a prince. You are so delicate. You cannot accept these troubles of living in the jungle. It's very, very difficult. Great sages, they could not. You better go home. And when you get old, when time will ripe, you can come. Now you go home. So he was a son of a Kshatriya. He was so determined. He said, my dear sir, I thank you for your instruction, but I'm so rascal. I cannot accept it. Just see, I'm Kshatriya. This Brahminical instruction will not be accepted by me. So if you can give me any mantra by which I can see the Supreme Lord, just talk of that. I want to see him. Yeah. So then Narad Muni said, oh, he's so determined. He's not going back. Then he gave him, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chant this. And he saw Krishna, Vishnu, within 6 months. He was so determined. But when Krishna offered him, now you ask me, whatever you like, you can take from me. You have undergone such severe austerities. You can take. So he was sorry. Oh, Swamin Krithartosmi Varamnayache. My dear Lord, I have no more any desire. I don't want anything. I have got everything. Not only everything, more than everything. I have seen you, so I don't want anything. You see, this chance is there. Even with your karma, you execute devotional service, make connection with the Supreme Lord. A time will come that you will become akama. A time will come. Therefore, it is recommended. Not that Sarva Kama goes to Krishna, simply bothers him. Give me this and give me this and give me this. Let him talk like that. Yeah, give me this, give me that. No, Krishna will see to that. But by devotional service, if he comes in contact with Krishna seriously, then time will come, he will become akama. With the demigod, no chance of akama. Neither the demigod will become akama, nor the worshipper will become akama. So that is only exchange of fire with the fuel. How can you say extinguishing? So therefore, it is recommended, not that it is advised that you go to Krishna and ask all nonsense from him. No, that is not pure devotion. Okay, that is not pure devotion. So pure devotion is akama. That is pure devotion. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadesha kamaye. So it is recommended only that a devotee, even is foolish in the beginning to ask from Krishna all material facilities, still when he is engaged in devotional service, when he comes to the perfectional stage or when he comes in contact with the pure devotee, he gives up all this nonsense. This is our experience too in our life. When we come in contact with a pure devotee, Jayapada Swami Guru Maharaj, how things have transformed. Then all that we desired in material world is also given. But without lust, as a devotional service. Just see. He gives up all nonsense as soon as he comes in contact with a pure devotee. And as a pure devotee, he simply engages himself without any return, without any profit in the service of the Lord. That is wanted. So anybody who comes to Krishna, this will happen. At least that is guaranteed. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please do share with us. 5, 4.
Haribol.
Haribol.
In previous yoga, she told that those are killed in the womb. The same to those are eggs are killed by the people. Eggs.
In
The
the previous
same.
sloka,
You told that one Jivarashi was killed in the womb. What the terms and conditions apply? The same condition is eggs. Those are eaten by the creatures or human beings. Are the same protocols. Both are the same. Who killed in the being abortion or who killed eaten by the people or any living creatures. Eggs are eaten by living creatures or human being. Both are same conditioned.
yeah. See, you kill means you will get killed. That's all. That is nature's law. Nature's law. Nature does not see that what you are. So that is why in the past there is Varnashrama Dharma. When a Kshatriya kills the enemy to protect a citizen, the Kshatriya is not killed in return. Rather, he gets upper planetary system. But a neighbor kills the neighbor because he doesn't like him, then he is hanged to death.
That is solution.
Killing is the same. But which varna, which are you committing it as a sinful or not? That is why Krishna said in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, Transcendental Karma Yoga. So there he says that it is better to do your duty improperly rather than doing others' duty perfectly. If a Brahmana knows Kshatriya job very well, and if he kills, that is sinful.
Yes, he
And
has to
if
follow his
Kshatriya knows, if Kshatriya doesn't know how to kill properly, but still if he kills, it is not sin. That is also
their
what?
duties. Their duties.
Yes, that is duty. So for a devotee, the duty is Navavida Bhakti, 9 devotional service. Utility is the principle. In whichever situation you are put in, try to engage your senses in the service of Guru and Krishna. That's all. Keep Krishna and Guru in the center. Before doing anything, you just ask a question, will this activity please my Guru Krishna or Guru and Gauranga? If you say yes, you do it. If it is no, don't do it. This is a simple rejecting, accepting nature of the mind. You can best apply it. That is called best use of bad bargain.
Okay.
So Buddhi Yoga is essential when we are in the material consciousness. When we are in the bodily concept, Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means utility is the principle. Use everything. My body, my senses, my relatives, my money, my contacts, my job, my earnings, everything. We will use it to become Krishna conscious. And spread Krishna conscious. That is called Buddhi Yoga. And when we do that, we will become a Bhakta. Because we are doing it under the guide of a bona fide spiritual master. That is wanted. And once you are Bhakta, then you can do anything. When you are a pure devotee, you can do anything. Like Arjuna killed, not as a Kshatriya. Arjuna did not kill as a Kshatriya. So it is not karma. A Kshatriya kills means it is karma. He gets some good result. But Arjuna did not even kill as a Kshatriya. As a Kshatriya, he said, I won't kill. But as a devotee, he killed.
Yes.
So when you become a pure devotee, completely surrendered to Krishna, you can do anything actually, but Krishna will order you to do what you want to do. That is pure devotion. So our process is to progress to that end. So that we will not have our plan, we will accept Krishna's plan. Then we will be successful. This killing is nothing. Otherwise, in the material world, if you kill even a goat, the goat will kill you. In the next birth, you will become a goat and he will become a human and he will become a meat eater, sinful man, and he will kill you.
So if suppose you think there is a butchery shop is here, meat cutting slaughterhouse is here, one man is killing daily 10 or 14 goats, then he will take 10 births again and again.
Yeah, 10 times he will be killed. Every birth he will be killed. Every birth he has to take 10 times goat and all the goat will kill him one by one. They will be in the line as they have been killed in the line.
Okay.
So they'll be killing him in line. As many times he has to kill. He has to
Raki
get
Krishna
killed.
Ma.
That is law of karma. We can never do
Yeah.
anything with the law of karma because the law of karma is most powerful in the material world. Nobody can beat it, defeat it, or fight against it, or change it, or escape from it. It is impossible because it is subtle, not even visible.
Yes.
There is no power to do anything against the law of karma. Law of karma will act. Whether you obey or disobey, law of karma is there for
Yeah.
both. Just like for a citizen who obeys the order of the state, he can live normal life in the country. If he disobey the order law of government, he will be imprisoned to obey very stringent law of the same government.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
Whether vikarma or karma, law of nature will act, either stringent law of nature will always act upon everybody. Nobody can escape it or fight it or deal with it. Dealing also impossible. That is where surrendering to Krishna is the only way.
Okay.
Good people, pious people also cannot escape the law of nature. They will be bound by the pious result. So only way to escape is surrender to Krishna. Surrender to Krishna by surrendering to Guru.
Yes. Raki Krishna Mare Krishna Raki.
Yes.
And yesterday on my Srimad the SB class, one devotee asked me that when I am chanting, my mind is wandering somewhere. How can I control that? So I told you, you have to practice that. Take a Krishna's photo and you have to see that and you chant that. Take your own time. Don't run. And what actually I have to tell me? Was it what I?
See, the mind is also material. Okay. So controlling the mind means lord it over material nature only. That is not very good.
Yeah.
That is not very good. You want to control, that means you are material. Don't misuse the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for controlling anything. Whether it is mind or body or any other thing in the material world. These are all Krishna's property. You have to do as a soul is to chant Hare Krishna. Use this mind, use this body to chant Hare Krishna. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindyo. Try to situate your mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. If you are not able to do, don't bother. You only have to try. Nobody said you should do it. You should try. But chant, you must do. So the secret is, while chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if you will hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then the mind will not go here and there. This is practical. Because in order to hear anything, your mind is required. Because mind only can put the senses into work.
Okay. If you are listening that, mind will be follow this.
Yeah, naturally mind will be engaged in the service of Krishna. And second point is, we are not chanting to control mind. That is also wanted. Chanting is not the process to control mind. Don't underestimate the power of chanting. Chanting is to engage the soul as a servant of Krishna under the bona fide spiritual master. The chanting Hare Krishna mantra meaning itself is we are worshipping Radha and Krishna or Gauranga, requesting them, please engage me in your service. That is the purpose of chanting Hare Krishna, not controlling mind. We don't chant to control mind. Why should we chant to control mind? We don't need to. Mind is Krishna's property, let him control it. I will chant, I want to serve Krishna, I want to serve Guru, that's all. So my purpose of chanting is not controlling mind. So please remove these misgivings from them. It is good question he has asked. Appreciate him for the question and then tell him we don't chant for controlling mind. That is why when you are chanting, your mind is not controlled. You are chanting to become pure, deliver unalloyed, pure loving devotional service. So you don't bother about mind. Let the mind wander here and there, but you chant loudly and try to hear that.
Loudly chant. I told that you have to hear the Krishna Hare Krishna mantra in your ears.
Yes, you have to hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Don't bother about the mind at all. Let the mind wander here and there. We
Okay.
don't want to misuse Hare Krishna to
Mm.
control the mind and all.
Okay.
Very good. Anyway,
Thank
your
you,
answer
Hari.
is good.
Okay, Haribol. Thank you.
Haribol, thank you very much. Anybody else? Any questions, comments, realization? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So we will resume our Bhagavatam class tomorrow morning. From tomorrow it will be morning because Parikrama is over today. Mahamilan Mela is finished. And so tomorrow morning at sharp 8 o'clock. Thank you. Till then, Gandhra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Yeah.
Patitapan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha
Vaja
kalpatarubhyascha kripa
Krishna
sindhubhya
Sindhu
eva cha
Vyayavacha
patitanam
Pranam
pavanebhyo
Pavanobhyo
vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavobhyo
namo
Namo
namah.
Namaha.
Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Yeah.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari.
Oh.